Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another interesting story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Was a Monster in Konoha? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and a romantic harem ship one as well. And before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, a few hours after the Kyuubi attack, as we go towards the said village to see that the outer skirts were destroyed and devastated. The screams of people in agony as well as cries could be heard throughout the streets as the shinobis were trying their best to gather up the morale as well as to make sure the people were safe and rescue those who were buried underneath the rubble that was on the outer skirts. How did this happen? Because today, in this night time, the greatest catastrophe has struck. The Kyuubi no Yoko, the strongest Biju known to the mankind and to Elemental Nation, has struck them. And it has caused huge amount of havoc and destruction everywhere. Thankfully, Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, was able to save them all by sacrificing his life while his wife sealed away the Biju in their twins, Menma and Naruto, two baby boys born from both of them. But that was a secret kept from the public, and only the few shinobis as well as Anbus knew about that. As now we go towards the center part and in an undisclosed location where we see a red-headed woman, and besides her was an old man who had a hat in his hand that said Fire Shadow, the Hokage. And besides him was an Anbu with silver hair. This was none other than Kakashi. And a man with a white hair which was spiky and wild. This was Jiraiya, the sensei of the fallen student. Are you sure, Kushina? Is it the truth that you're... Yes, I have checked it. The soul has infected Naruto. He is going to be taken over by him once he grows up. I don't know when, but it will happen at any time. His features, everything will change. I am sure. Are you seriously 100%? I am sure, Jiraiya, said Kushina, bursting out in tears and in pain. I am the student of Tsunade Senju. I am the second best in the village. And do you think I would make a mistake on my own child? Kushina, maybe it's because you're being not... You think I would be biased on my own child? I would never. It is best for me to move on now. If I don't and keep any hope lingering in my heart, it will only come to crush me when the inevitable will happen. Sensei, do you think that... As both of them saw that Kushina picked up Menma and began to leave, as she didn't even look back as Naruto was left there alone. As Jiraiya went up to Naruto and picked him up, as he saw that his once blue eyes were really turning red with slits. His eyes are really turning red, but I don't think that he is the Kyuubi sensei. Neither do I. And I think that neither does Kushina think that. Then why is she insisting? She's preparing herself for the worst. The seal that was placed on Naruto, she knew that it was her fault that this happened. It was a faulty seal. As Jiraiya began to check the seal again as his eyes widened, there are some kanjis that are misplaced and new in here. Maybe in a hurry she did this, but why? Why is she so hell-bent on leaving him here then? I don't get it. Can't you see? She doesn't want him to... She doesn't want to witness him turn into a monster in front of her eyes that she had to put down. She doesn't have the will. No mother has. And that is why she is distancing herself and Menma from Naruto, in hopes that she doesn't feel that much pain when the inevitable will happen. After all, she is an Uzumaki in the end. I wish there was another way. What should we do? What else? We should wait. I, on the other hand, disagree, said a man as he burst inside the door by sliding it open. It was an elder named Danzo, and behind him stood two other elders. Elders, what are you doing here? Said Jiraiya, as Kakashi, who was silent throughout all this ordeal and deep in thought, was also quiet as he watched this play out. As Jiraiya said, Danzo, what do you say? I said, I don't think that way. There is no possibility that said that the child will become a Kyuubi. But there is one. Kushina said so herself, said Jiraiya, and the seals I have checked myself, being a seal master. There are a few mistakes in the kanjis that she has drawn in a hurry. That may be true, but think about it, Hiruzen. What if we really are hurting the legacy in the end of the Yondaime? Now, I myself think of myself as a man who is, well, only described by the desired power and rule and make sure that Konoha is on top. But that doesn't mean that I don't see the potential in the kid. What do you mean, Danzo? Listen, I don't wish for him to be turned into some sort of, mind control beast or monster, because I know emotions are necessary, and especially for this kid, to make this work. We can make sure that Naruto's conscience wins. It's a 50-50 chance, but hey, if we pull this off, Naruto will have the power of the Kyuubi no Yoko, by being the first hybrid human, the complete blend of human and Nabiju. Think about it, Hiruzen. That is a dangerous thing you're talking about. It could go wrong in so many ways. It has already gone wrong. Last time I checked, Hiruzen, the seal is misplaced, and this is an opportunity for us to test this out. As Jiraiya and Hiruzen were in deep thought, as Danzo then said, "Listen, you don't want to hurt the legacy of your successor, right? Neither do I, because that man sacrificed himself just to save us all and this village, and that is something that even I can respect," said Danzo. "But where are we gonna keep him? The villagers, everyone else seeing him first sight, they will..." "That can be arranged, I think," said Homura. "Listen, Minato has done a lot for us, even in the Third War and now. It's the least we can do to protect him. And besides, you forgot about one thing, Hiruzen." "What?" "The tower within the Forest of Death. Jiraiya can remain there with the boy for the time being, and once he reaches of the sufficient age until which he can, live on his own, that is when we will allow him to live there, reside there as his home and domain. And we personally will watch over him. You will, and so will Danzo. And Kakashi over here, you don't have to say anything. I was gonna protect this child, and I will, even if he turns into a Biju. And if he does, then I will be the one who will bear the burden to put an end to this all." "Alright then, Kakashi. It is your duty." "Is that alright, Hiruzen?" said Danzo. It's not like I have any other choice." "Yes, it is agreed upon." And so Naruto's fate was decided. Because of a faulty seal, his mother distanced herself and her other son from Naruto, thinking that inevitable will happen. And on the other side, Danzo saw something, an opportunity to make a strong hybrid for Konoha, and besides, he will gain the good reputation this way, and he can operate more freely with the route that he wanted. As now we see, a few years passed, as Kushina has left Konoha, like Tsunade, for some time, and to train Menma for the time being. As on the other side, while in Forest of Death and in Konoha, news has spread out that there is a monster that resides within the Forest of Death, and that is a tale that has now been passed down in the elemental nations as well, after a few years of the Kyuubi attack. As now we see a few kids. These kids were particularly special since they were the kids of the clan heads, all arrived there because they were there to do the test of courage, and these were none other than Ino Yamanaka, Hinata Yuga, and a little older girl named Hana Inuzuka, who was approximately 8 to 9 years old, while the rest were 4 to 5. I don't think we can go inside, Nisan," said Kiba. "Those older kids are making fun of us, Kiba. Man up, we're gonna do this. And besides, I thought you were an alpha." "Geez, I don't know, Nisan. You heard about the monster, right? He resides within." As Hinata was also scared, but she was now tagging along with her friends, as well as was Ino. As the 5 of them went inside, as now we see, they were treading carefully, looking at the dark, tall forest around them, as they heard rustling in the bushes everywhere, as Kiba literally squealed in horror. "Geez, Kiba, do you want to attract attention? There are many predators here. Then why are we here, Nesan? We gotta go back." As Hinata was now also scared, and so was Ino. You know what? Hana-san, I think Kiba is right. Maybe we should all leave. This test is a bullshit. I mean, we're kids. As Hana then said, no, we have to prove to those Genins that we are strong. And they should not take us lightly. And besides, you and Hinata are getting bullied alongside Kiba. I can't just let that stand. It's alright. We are okay with that. I mean, once we grow and grow stronger, we will beat them, said Hinata. As now we see, the four of them were now inside as something happened. They heard rustling in the bushes again and they were all scared as a huge shadow appeared as the light was blocked in front of them. As this was a huge bear. A savage bear, as it was called. A savage bear? What is it doing? What do you mean, savage bear? Said Ino. It's a kind of bear that is more brutal and will eat even its own cubs if necessary. And they are half chakra beings as well. Chakra beings? Since when? Since this forest is created by Hashirama-sama. That is why. It has affected the nature within and those who reside within as well. As suddenly the bear charged at them. As they were about to be slashed by the bear paw, something happened. Something from the shadows lunged at them as Hana watched with one eye, as the bear was now bloody smear everywhere, as a figure, humanoid, and a fox-like rose, as his hands were claws and hair was longer and wild, as his eyes were glowing red, as his canines covered in blood was visible, as he looked at them and growled, as that is when the four kids were scared, and this was enough for them to run as fast as they could to the other side, screaming. As the figure, noticing this, disappeared as fast as it appeared and subdued the bear. As now we see on the other side, an Anbu appeared with silver hair, with an Inu mask. What is going on? Do you kids realize what you have done? This forest is dangerous and it is off limits. We saw it! We saw the monster! What? You saw the monster? What do you mean by? We saw a savage bear and the monster of the woods attacked it. Monster of the woods, huh? I'll go and look. No, don't. We saw it. He took him down with a single strike, said Hana. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You should all leave. I'll go and see what is going on inside. As now we see, Hana's curiosity peaked because the Anbu seemed chilled. Many would have, after seeing and hearing about this, would have just subsided because everyone knew about the monster, and once the kids told them that he has seen, why would anyone go inside? Unless there was something. Because Hana has learned from her mother that always look underneath. As the other kids were about to leave, as the Jonin went inside, Hana then said, "Stop." What? What do you mean, Nei-san? Oh, yes, Hana-san. What do you mean? We saw the monster. And this could be it, right? We proved that we faced him and we survived. No. I don't think that anyone of you realize what is going on here. We're kept in dark. Dark? Like how? That Anbu, he went inside like it was a walk in the park. And no one would go like that, especially an Anbu. Why an Anbu here all of a sudden? Have you guys not realized that? As the three of them looked in shock and quite surprised. Ugh, you all guys are idiots. Let's go in and see what is going on. As the four of them following Hana, thinking that it was a bad idea, arrived inside. As they saw the said Anbu standing in front of the said bear that was now brutally murdered. Naruto, come out now. You seriously did this, right? As the figure jumped from behind him in front of him as Kakashi dodged. Oh man, said the figure as he appeared in light. It was a boy with canines and features similar to that of a fox or a predator. I almost had you. Almost. Seriously, Naruto. When are you gonna stop pranking them? The kids? I mean, I did not knew when they came here. I thought I could finally make some friends, but Naruto, you don't have to appear in front of them, but they could have gotten hurt, Nissan, said Naruto. As Kakashi taking off his mask then said, I know they could have gotten hurt, but you did good, Naruto. You know what? You're right. You did good. Really? Yes, but be sure to never appear in front of anyone again because this could cause a lot of trouble. For us and for the village. You don't want to, well, cause more trouble to your Gigi, right? I mean, he would be burdened. I won't. I promise, said Naruto. Alright. You cleaned up, that's good. But you missed some spots, as Kakashi, taking out a wet towel, cleaned out Naruto's, well, huge mane that was growing. Well, more like his hair that was wild. As Naruto chuckled. Maybe I would have forgotten that. As that is when Naruto's senses kicked in. Who is there? As Naruto then said. As Kakashi, now being alert, put out his mask, as he then said, come out now. He said as he picked out his kunai. Where, Naruto? There. As Naruto then said, should I? No. Come out, this instance. As the kids came out, knowing that this was best for them. Wait, what? You kids? I told you to leave. As Kakashi was angry, as Naruto then said, should I? Yes, Naruto. Wait. You said you wanted friends, right? Said Hana. As Naruto stopped, as his curiosity piqued as he turned. You're not afraid of me? No, we're not. But you were scared of me, said Naruto, with raised eyebrow. Well, you surprised us, that's why, said Kiba. If you want someone to be your friend, then we can be your friends. How about that, Anbu-san? As Kakashi was in deep thought. Come here tomorrow and at the entrance, I'll tell you then. How about you wait until then, Naruto? Aw, man. I'll see you tomorrow then, I guess. Hana, right? Yes. Naruto? Yes, said Naruto, as the kids left, and so did Naruto. The young boy that they saw was the real monster of Konoha, but he was just a kid. As now we see, Kakashi at the outer skirts then told him, don't speak this to anyone, or tell about this to anyone, not even your parents, because I know your clan has children, but they also don't know about Naruto's identity, since it's a secret that is kept close. We won't. Alright, go ahead and leave now. As now we see Kakashi arriving in front of the elders and Hiruzen, as he explained everything to them, as the elders then said, this is not good. Not good one bit. Where was Jiraiya? Wasn't he there in the woods with the boy? Most of the time he's out there peeping. Even I have sometimes witnessed Naruto being alone and just hunting left and right and trying to cook food, which is, well, ending up in disasters. And people are getting more scared because more and more predator, well, bodies are appearing near the outer skirts where people could see them. Naruto's instincts are quite sharp, but still, he's just a little kid. And maybe he should mingle with humans. Hiruzen, this could go so bad in so many ways. And besides, we have to evaluate him if, you know, he is who we think he is, or not being tricked by QB. That year is coming along, but before that, we need to make sure that he has some bonds. He could be trusted. What about Kushina? Any news? She will be returning before the Genin exams. When, you know, her son's batch will be, you know, graduating and becoming Genin. I see. And what else? She is preparing him for the inevitable, as she said to me in her letter. I hope that day never comes. As now we see, time began to pass as the next day arrived, and the kids were excitedly there as Kakashi allowed them, and they became instant friends with Naruto and were quite surprised that he was actually a blend of QB and, well, himself. And they were so curious and excited when Naruto displayed his strength as well as his agility and stealth. They called him the Apex Predator, or as Kiba named him, which Naruto thought was cool. As years began to went by like this, and finally they all reached at the age of 12, except for Hana, who was now much older and was at least a chunin by the age of 15 now, and a veterinarian. But she still visited Naruto because he was her friend, and she, because of his predator and his scent, was now being attracted to him. And same could be said for Hinata and Ino, since they saw Naruto as a cool kid as well as someone who genuinely cared about them in his own weird and funny way. They all were attracted to him as well. And as for Kiba, he was his best friend. As now we see, Naruto was brought in front of the council today at the age of 12, as he was kept in a separate room while Hiruzen was announcing it. Today I'm going to reveal a big secret to you all. You remember that 12 years ago that Minato's son was killed One only survived, while the other one was, well, killed by Kushina, or as she's told you all. Yes, he was possessed by the QB, we all presumed. Well, the truth is that Inoichi has done some tests last night, and he will reveal the truth to you now. The kid name was Naruto, and is Naruto. He is now 12 years old and has lived in the Forest of Death, as the people have dubbed it, the monster of the forest, and Konoha, as the people of the Elemental Nation call it. Wait, what? Yes. And before any of you get scared, Inoichi has evaluated. Naruto is the only consciousness within. There is no QB. And we did a test of his memories to make sure, as well as to make sure that there was no way that it was QB. And even the toads have confirmed that it is indeed not QB but Naruto. Something happened and Naruto ended up being a hybrid by body. A combination of both QB and himself, a human. And not just any human, a Uzumaki Namikaze. He has abundance of chakra, and he can use Bijudamas as well. Miniature versions. That is why you heard huge explosions from the forest, as well as roars of agony. Because Naruto's predatory, well, instincts have been on the high rise. And today you all are going to meet him. As Naruto entered, everyone was shocked. There stood a boy, who literally has ripped out his, well, top again, as Hiruzen just saw it. Naruto, why did you do that? It's itchy and I don't feel comfortable within it. It's suffocating. It's just a top, Naruto, to cover your upper torso. That's all. As Naruto's physique was on display, as everyone was quite surprised. As Inoichi then said, see? Told you it was Naruto, and Minato and Kushina's complete blend. A normal, perfect kid with over abusively strong strength as well as chakra and power. Hey, are you complimenting me or are you just insulting me? A bit of both, kid. As Naruto pouted. Hey, you smell like Hana-chan and Kiba. As Tazumi was shocked. And you look like Hinata. I know already Inoichi-san since he's Ino's father. As Yashi as well as Tazumi were shocked. How do you... Well, the truth is that your kids have been friends with Naruto for years. What? What do you mean? Said Hiyashi. Not that I mind you, Naruto, but why would she keep this from me? The thing is that it was a close-kept secret at the time, and there was a chance that Naruto might actually be QB, so yeah. What? But you told me that... Sorry, kid, we couldn't take the chance, said Danzo. Geez, Danzo Digi, you and all your training, and for what? In the end, if I was QB, what would you have done? Killed me? Wait, seriously? You guys are dark, said Naruto. Because of him being close to the others, especially Ino, he had a humor, as Inoichi chuckled. I gotta tell Ino to stop using that humor and, well, teach it to others. Well, anyway, the good thing is that he is Naruto and also a son of Kushina. I have now informed her and she's on her way here, as the door suddenly slid open as in came Kushina, more hardened than ever as she saw Naruto, as her eyes widened. Wait. Are you really... Huh. As Naruto right in front of her and sniffed her. How come you have similar scent to mine? And Naruto appeared in front of the red-headed boy that looked like him. You look almost like me. Except for the red hair and eyes, well. And also smell like me. I don't know why. As both of them were shocked. As everything was explained to both of them, as Menma was happy to finally have his little brother back as he hugged Naruto, but Naruto hugged him only a little tighter as he was almost like, I'm being crushed to that, Naruto, stop. As Naruto seeing that he was hurting his big brother, he stopped. And Kushina, she was guilt-ridden because she could never, she thought she lost her son. And now, by some miracle, it was her son in front of her and not the Biju that she thought. The inevitable has been prevented, and she finally got her family back at least, as she asked for forgiveness, begged for it, and Naruto, being the kind soul that he was, did so. Because why? Well, his Jijis told him that from the beginning, alongside with Kakashi when he reached of the age, that his mother has left him thinking that he might turn into a monster, and to prove her wrong he has to work hard, and his hard work paid off. he has proven her wrong and gained back her trust. Everything was now going okay now. As on the other side, the Akatsuki were planning their own plot. They were quite scared once the news revealed that the, monster of Konoha was not a myth but actually real, and was none other than their target, the Jinchuriki of the Kyubi no Yoko. And the other one also knew Harishin, so he was close to, impossible to get. And without catching the both of them, it was impossible to complete their plan. So they were drawing to a conclusion that they at least need to stop until Chunin exams and attack then. And Orochimaru help was required, their former member, and he was recruited back, and he was in on this. And so when the Chunin exams came, everything was going smoothly until the third part arrived, the preliminary rounds, as the Akatsuki used the the almighty push to destroy the whole village, as many were dead, as Naruto, his instincts running in, used multi-shadow clone jutsu to save those who were near him as well as his important people, such as Ino, Hinata, as well as Hana, and Menma and Kushina, as well as Kiba and Akamaru. These guys were saved as Sasuke and Sakura were at least stabbed by huge pillars as well as the metal rods that were coming out of them. And unfortunately they were dead, because the Shikaku fight Gaara, now in almost a corrupted state, crushed them with the sand coffin. So poor souls, they died. Anyways, the events were like this, as Naruto unleashing his Bijudamas upon Bijudamas was able to crystallize the huge structure made out of sand, and with a single sonic punch that Naruto used, or at least a brute force punch that he used, the sand coffin was broken, and the sand structure crumbled down as Gaara woke up scared. As Naruto talked no jutsu to him like in canon and moved forward to deal with the Akatsuki. It was an all-out battle, and Naruto almost lost control of his instincts as he almost turned into an animal by crushing almost all of the Kyubis in the most brutal way. And he regained his senses when a redhead was in front of him, that redhead being none other than Nagato, that resembled him. Why? You're an Uzumaki. Like us, then why? I may have been an Uzumaki, but my duties are to my village. Uzumakis don't kill one of their own, let alone abandoned. I was abandoned, Naruto. Not like you. You don't get it. You don't get our pain. Nobody does. So I would rather not explain it to you. I'm sorry, but you don't have to do this. I'll be your family and my family will be yours as family as well. Just leave this. Why are you even doing this? For a better world, Naruto. For peace. Why? Why are you saying things like that? Destruction is not peace. The destruction of this society is needed, because from its ashes like phoenix a new will rise, a better one, as Naruto then said, after listening to his whole monologue. Tell me this, as unknown to him, even Zetsu and the masked person was watching. What would happen after you're exhausted of chakra? Because at one point you will be, and the tree has consumed the whole earth's chakra. Everyone will die. No one will be saved. No one is safe. In the end, your plan has huge flaws, unless it is something entirely for something else. Wait, you are right, said Nagato. As that is when we see the masked person looked at Zetsu, who looked scared. Obito, you can't seriously believe him. The kid has some proofs, and I needs foolproof plan. As by grabbing him, he appeared in front of Naruto and Nagato. Nagato, see his memories with your abilities. I want to know what he has been hiding. As Zetsu's memories were on display, as the truth was revealed to them, as most of the injured Akatsuki members and those who were surrounded now woke up and were everywhere. What? We were lied to? As the truth displayed in front of them and the image of Kaguya Otsutsuki was displayed. It was all a lie. It was you who did all of this. You're nothing more than a pieces of history that I created. I can clean the slate clean and start anew, if I have to. Mother can wait, but she in the end will be freed. It is inevitable to be stopped. And you, You pathetic being are the worst mistake I made. A monster amongst humans. You shouldn't even be existed. You're an abomination. He's not an abomination, said a deep grumbling voice as a huge figure from behind emerged, materializing in the form of Chakra. As the Kyuubi no Yoko was there in proud display, as everyone was shocked and stunned. He is a part of me, like my son. As a huge Bijudama blasted and killed Zetsu then and there, while the other dodged. Wait, I don't... Even if you like it or not, kid, you are a part of me. An extension, like a child. As Kushina was shocked as well. You don't have to worry about anything, Kushina. All that in the past is in the past. For my child's sakes, I'm letting all that bygone be bygone. As Hiruzen was surprised as well, as he looked towards Akatsuki, and yes, you got that right. That was Kaguya Otsutsuki, the rabbit goddess, and like her there are many beings out there as well, and they might try to attack you all. And for that peace is needed, and I think Naruto is the key to that. Wait, what? Me? Yes, kid, you. You will be strong enough sooner or later than me, and you, unifying them all, will be able to guide them to safety and to protection. But they all need to train and prosper together for them to have a surviving chance against Otsuzukis, because they're strong in their own right and gods in their own domains. As everyone and every Kage who was there listened to this, as the other Bijus also agreed, and so did the other Jinchurikis, as now the time for unification was arriving, under a new leader, the new sage, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the hybrid Kyuubi no Yoko and a human, Shinobi. As now we see, after the reconstruction and revival, which Nagato was able to, thanks to Naruto supplying him with chakra, and surviving, everyone was back on track, and those who were killed were shocked to listen to this, and now a free Kyuubi rested atop of the village, always watching over it, while also making sure that Naruto, his child, was learning everything he needed to be, in order to finally become the true Shinobi Kyuubi no Yoko, the new Kyuubi no Yoko. As on the other side, the elemental nation has moved towards peace, as the all hatred and previous battle has been set aside, and Naruto, he himself was happy to have a family. Once he was alone, craving for some friendship and someone sort of kinship, and now he had all. His, well, friends turned wives, which was Hana, Ino, and, well, Hinata, as well as Kuretsuchi, surprisingly, because she has been fallen flat head over heels when she saw Naruto without torso, as well as in that form, and as well as Yujito Ni, the Matatabis Jinchuriki, because she was a Nekomata, so yeah, she was obviously attracted to the apex predator. Anyways, another girl also joined in this unification, and that was none other than Maid Tsurumi, the Mizukage herself. And Naruto, being a wild beast, was able to take care of them all on, well, physical needs as well as emotional needs as well. And Naruto was the next in line to be a Kage after learning a lot, and he was like a true predator, protecting his kingdom now, protecting against the Otsuzukis, who were over the horizon watching over this. And they were not pleased one bit, because that land was filled with nutrients and chakra that they needed. The delicious chakra was theirs to consume, something that Kaguya has lost, and many has set their eyes on it, but it was under the protection of Naruto. Could they do it? Well, that's another story. Anyways, this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!